Welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hello, how are you doing tonight, everyone? We are here for SoulWhat and glad to be with you guys.
Yes, we are. How are you tonight?
Good, I'm glad I got you up.
I was tired. I was been working in the house all day because we were actually getting our house repaired from all the damage. I was trying to surprise you, but that didn't happen.
I mean, how do you think you're going to surprise me in my own house?
Oh, I thought I could kick you out for a couple of days.
Thanks. No, but seriously, I knew you started last night, and I was like, what is that noise? We do, just to let y'all know, there are 3 levels in our house. There are 3 stories, and we've talked about our house before, and it has been quite the experience, right?
Yes.
And you just have to get from downstairs that rocking chair for Annabelle.
For Annabelle?
Yeah, for my living Raggedy and all.
Once we get everything put back together, that will be priority 2.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Priority 2.
But are you awake now, do you think?
I'm
Are you
awake.
with us?
I'm
Okay.
awake.
Are you with us, Matt? Thanks for being here.
I am here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
man. Let's talk about the most important part, though. I sent you that thing about Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah.
All right. And there's a whole bunch in Dallas. Where do you think they are?
I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, there's some wilderness around here, around south of Dallas, and
Where, like in Frisco, where the bobcats are?
Certainly not, but like, yeah, I was looking at that. It was a TikTok that had a map of sightings, and one of the interesting things that stood out was just how many. There are way more sightings in the eastern part of the United States than there are in the west, where typically Bigfoot is considered to be. You know, it's associated very heavily with the Pacific Northwest, but really, there's a lot going on in the Appalachians and the Ouachita Mountains and all that stuff like that, which we know.
Global warming. That's got to be the reason.
Driving them all east.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then it zoomed in on North Texas, and there were some. I mean, there's some in the areas that you would expect, but then there's a bunch around Dallas, and I'm thinking, what in the world are people seeing? I've never heard of these around Dallas. Now I have heard of dogman sightings and things like that in Dallas, but I've never heard of Bigfoot sightings. So I don't know if it's just that or what.
Where? Where are they saying?
It was
They
a
just
map
said
this guy
Dallas?
had, and it was like, and he was talking about. He said, "Look, obviously there's a ton of them in East Texas, which there's that ranch out there you can go out and camp and stuff and hunt, but."
We've talked about it.
Yeah,
East Texas.
There's East Texas, Tyler, Longview, all out there,
Where I'm
everywhere,
from.
right?
Whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
for
then-
sure.
I'm looking to see if I can pull this up.
But
real
it
quick
was
and look
like
at this map.
insane. There was like like it was enough in Dallas and around Dallas. It lit up on the map.
Heavily populated with.
So
big-
if you're in Dallas, you better watch out for Bigfoot.
Well, I've never even heard that at all, but I will tell you it will be a stylish Bigfoot
Yes.
because, the
Probably
Dallas area,
have his
Plano,
locks. Have his locks
Frisco,
done.
Prosper tend to be pretty,
He got his eyelashes on.
So I don't know.
yeah.
I'm looking at this map
Peachy.
now. I don't know if this is going to play here on screen. There you go. You can kind of
it
see.
is. See all
So
those
there's,
dots?
There is. Where's my finger? Here we go.
Your
There's
fingers
Dallas.
on your hand.
So just south of Dallas, you have a cluster, which that could be, I don't know, Midlothian maybe, maybe. I mean, could be as south as Corsicana or farther. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Corsicana,
Corsicana is where my grandparents lived. That makes sense.
And there's a
So-
lot of open land out there.
Yeah, and up north, or
Definitely
Lancaster or something in that area down towards Seagoville or whatever. So that could be something. There's some up north like that one red one, which I don't know what the colors mean, but that's in like McKinney. So I don't know. I mean, it's weird to.
Are these like credible?
Oh, I don't know.
Verified?
That's the other thing is I'm not sure. The guy was just showing the map, which I guess who knows.
And he said right in the beginning where he got that map from, which was one of the source places.
I'll have to go look that up.
I don't
Yeah, well,
remember now which one it was.
interesting. But yeah, it's very stylish Bigfoot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. got his. Probably has a more hippie ones. Got little dreads.
He's probably got a Stanley mug.
Yeah. Probably
Yeah,
has a Stanley
yeah.
mug.
So.
Which everybody has
I mean,
these days.
if you do, if it the Bigfoot, if it's
like
from
Stanley
Dallas, definitely
screwdrivers?
has the Stanley mug,
Stanley
not the Yeti mug
screwdrivers?
anymore, but more of it's a Stanley mug for sure.
I'm gonna tell you, I could not understand. One of my best friends got way into the Stanley mugs, and I was like, I go and look at the store, and Stanley has been making thermoses forever, and I see the big, like trucker thermoses. I'm like, this can't be what they're talking about. And then finally, she showed me those.
It is. They are.
like, okay.
I'm telling you, it's amazing.
I might like my Stanley thermos though better. It's more.
You could
rugged.
probably
It's
sell it.
rugged.
Now Yeti
More
is
rugged.
suing Stanley. I thought it'd be the Stanley Cup suing Stanley. I literally asked my son that, who's
Isn't it
they're
the
all
same-
cool.
Isn't it the same company?
Yeti and Stanley,
No, Yeti and
Stanley is
like the Stanley Cup
What do you say?
No,
I don't know
no.
what you mean.
hockey.
Oh,
Stanley
the
Cup.
Stanley. Oh, you mean the okay.
Yeah, like I thought, are they going to? I didn't know. I just thought about the Stanley Cup. I mean, sports. Come on.
I don't think it's like that's not a brand though, is it? The
Sure it
Stanley Cup?
is. Sure.
I mean,
that's branded.
I don't think it's.
They'd be pretty dumb not to.
No.
I don't know that trademark extends into drinkware though.
I mean,
It's
they're
probably-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're different in different categories, different classes.
Yeah.
But still, that's the thing I thought of. I didn't think there was other stuff named Stanley.
Yeah.
I didn't know
screwdrivers.
anything. My daughter-in-law handed it to me, and she's like, "Here, maybe this will help." And Roger said,
What all the cool.
said, "Do not give her another glass to keep up with. It's not going to make her drink water," and it has.
Oh, you've had that one for a while.
This one, because it fits down in your car. We were not going to keep talking about this. That it
We're not
is-
sponsored by
It's
Stanley.
actually insane. The rose gold one, I think, is like what, $80,
Yeah.
$100. Yeah, it's insanity.
Oh, I
Mine was
paid-
given to me. It was a gift.
Yeah, for that same person's birthday, I got her a customized one with her business on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was stupid. But I mean, it
But-
was a nice gift.
Yes.
But it was crazy the amount of money that these things are going for.
It is.
You do know
it
that you
is.
can go to Walmart and get the Ozark brand for like $20.
Well, the Ozark brand's not what people are crazy about.
I know,
They are
but
not.
it works just as well.
That's
if
not the
better.
point, babe. That is
Actually,
not
they
it.
tested out better than Yeti.
No.
Actually,
And-
I have the ones they sell at Academy. They're $25 for the big mug. Like it's like this big, but bigger around.
Not the same.
I can put ice in it. Go to the lake all day. Have to fill it up with drink 2 or 3 times. Come home, still have ice in it.
I've never paid attention. What is the creature that's on that?
Griffin looks like.
Is a.
Is it a
Is
griffin?
it a mythological?
Yeah. Tell me what.
I say griffin.
I don't know. It's heavy. Get it. Oh God.
Here, get up close. This way.
We are now
Looks like a
advertising
griffin.
for
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a griffin.
Stanley now. Can give
All right,
us
Stan,
money
make
for
sure
our
you send
show.
us our,
since
money.
since you know what, let's
We'll
just talk
take-
about it really fast.
We'll take free merchandise.
Let's talk about this.
Okay. What?
So Meta sucks. I'm going to tell you straight up.
We're live on right now.
Yeah, we're live on Meta.
I
and
don't
they're gonna be
care.
like, "Rah."
I could care less. Class action lawsuit against Meta because they've charged us so much money. So you guys,
They
we
actually
can't boost.
false charged us
Yes.
like $4
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah.
And so because we won't, we can't boost our account because it's false charged. And we're like, no, you can't charge
The only
us for
thing we
something
boosted was the
didn't
show.
boost.
Remember? We talked about it. So
And it
y'all
actually
know how to
has somebody
solve
else's
that.
name on the boost, not our name.
So-
Obviously, it's not us.
I don't care so much. I'm not going to pay that. But so now I can't even boost the show. So y'all help us because we want to get the show out to you guys. But now it's like, yeah. So I'm already on their red flag thing, I'm sure, because I was not so nice to the bot that I was talking to, I'm sure. I was arguing
Likely. Very likely.
with that bot. So, yeah. I
That's
know
the whole thing. It was probably, I'm sure it was all bots and AI, and you weren't actually, nobody physical has actually seen it.
Oh, well, no. And I was sitting there, arguing with somebody that
Were you
doesn't.
winning against the
No,
AI?
I totally lost. I mean,
So the
they
AI
don't
was
care
smarter
at
than
all.
you.
Giving you the runaround.
Oh, they could care less about. No, you lose. No, you lose. No, no, you lose. Your account suspended. So we don't like
No
you.
more
Goodbye. So we don't
No more
want.
advertising for me.
We don't want you to spend any more money at all. So, that's yeah.
Lovely.
We'll figure it out. Matt and Roger will figure that out because I have had my feel of talking to Meta. Yeah, I guess
fair.
now we'll see what happens since I've talked about it on here. But they've heard me anyway, right?
Yes.
I talk about it all the time, and so you don't have to
You would
really.
think.
They've heard you anyway.
I imagine. Yeah. You don't have to be live on here for them to have overheard you.
Oh, believe me, the things I wrote is enough. I mean, it's like, oh, it was not good. All right, so now we're switching to live readings.
Doing live
with
readings
Michelle
tonight?
and Roger, right?
All right.
Yes, this is our time. So we actually didn't ask ahead of time, really, for those of you who wanted live readings. To be honest, I'm going out of town, and it just kind of distracted me because I was dealing with bots more than talking to people while I was on Facebook this week. So we are going to give readings, and if I'm going to let Matt tell you where to write, and if not, we'll just do some general readings.
Yeah, there was a post earlier. Don't go there now, but we did have somebody comment on that post earlier on Facebook, so we will get to that one. But then, if you're watching the show live right now, please head over to the SoulWhat Facebook page. Again, check where you're watching it. It is being cross-posted to Soultopia. We're watching right now the SoulWhat Facebook page. So head over there, leave a comment, ask either for a general reading or ask something more specific if you'd like. And we will just try to knock them out in order as we go along. And to that regard, on that earlier post on Facebook, Angela did ask for a general reading today.
Okay, awesome.
Tonight. Excuse me.
All right, so I'm reading with Chris right now with Christopher Butler's Healing Light Tarot, and I finally found out, you guys. I'm going to start saying y'all again. So y'all.
When did you stop?
Well, I learned to say you guys, and now can't say you guys anymore, so I'm going back to y'all. So y'all, I finally figured out who Christopher Butler was, because who was I talking to? Oh, Callie French. And she was like, I said, I've read with these Healing Light Tarot cards, and Christopher Butler should thank me because I'm always promoting his cards. I was joking, of course, but I know a lot of people who make the cards that we sell and in our stores and things like that, and from the conferences that we put on, Tide and Newts, but I don't know him. Well, he's from London, and he's coming out with another deck, but it's the deck I probably connect one of the ones most with as far as messages go. And it's the one that when I was on, I don't know, was it national news? And I predicted, out of nowhere with the Eight of Wands, Russia invading Ukraine. I don't think I even knew what Ukraine was, except for maybe from the Olympics or something. And I don't mean that rude. It just came out of my mouth, and it was because of his cards, just so much. I connect with these cards so much. Well, she told him, finally. She said she really likes your cards. So it's really great to know that there really is a Christopher Butler.
They weren't created by AI.
No, they're not. It's not an AI deck. No, it's actually an amazing deck. And I was actually very excited to find out he's a really nice person, too, because that matters to me. All right, so I'm reading for Angela. All that story to tell you. I was really excited about that, though. I read with the deck for a really long time, and then I found out the guy was a total jerk, and so I stopped reading with it. No, really, remember?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. All right, Angela, this is for your highest and best good, and I do want to set the intention for that. I was thinking about that today. We read on here, and we're live, but they're serious. So I just want everyone to know that they're serious readings, and we do set that intention that they're for the highest and best good for the people we read for. I take my readings very seriously. Okay. So I get a couple things for you, Angela, tonight. Do you astral project, Angela? Do you know that you do it? Have we ever talked about that? I know I've done readings for you before. If it's the same Angela, and I feel like it is, do you know when you leave your body? And astral project. I feel like you even probably know how to remote view. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's basically where you can just see something without being there. Okay. Our government even has had programs for remote viewing. It's something that you do, Angela, but you also go out of your body. And I'm not getting that maybe you would tell me you've had near-death experiences, but it's out-of-body experiences, but it's more like astral projection and astral travel. They're a little bit different. But the message is this: if you know you do it, I want you to find out, like, what's the purpose? Why are you doing it? And if you don't know you're doing it, I want you to, same thing, but I want you to realize you are doing it and read on it. I do have a chapter in my book, Spirits Unveiled, about it. It's not extensive, but it does tell you not to be afraid of it. A lot of the books will tell you, sorry, this is long, but a lot of books will tell you that I do not agree with, that you have to tether and you might get lost in the astral realms and all these. People love scary stories. They just love them. And it's not scary. So that won't happen. I don't believe that. I astral travel all the time. So you do. So if we need to talk, make an appointment, you don't have to. There's plenty of books out there. Just make sure you get one that is not putting fear in you about doing it. All right? I get a lot more, but that's a long reading. So go for it. What do you get?
All right. So I got, because I'm using my Rider-Waite deck and my Mystic Martian deck, my favorite one. So I actually pulled a card from each. So I got the Emperor card, okay? And 2, I got the fire card, or fire element card out of the Mystic Martian card, our deck. So what I get, though, is that, one thing is coming up for you is actually you're going to start almost holding your ground better. All right. And this actually has a lot to do with like your passion of things. So your passion in life itself is actually your fire that's actually lit into you. You're going to be kind of a little bit more probably stoic almost. You're going to be kind of withdrawn just a touch, but it's actually you just kind of recentering yourself and grounding yourself and getting back into your place of your control place, okay, where you kind of control yourself, your outcome, your feelings, everything. So what you're going to do is you're just kind of taking a step back, centering yourself, and getting more grounded with it. That's what I got.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay. Heading again to the SoulWhat Facebook page on the comment section of the live videos where you can ask for a reading if you'd like one. Nathan asking for a general reading.
Okay. Hi, Nathan.
I think I saw Nathan's new.
I'm seeing a few new names here tonight, so welcome everyone that is new. And yeah, tell folks about it.
Meta will not stop us.
That's right.
We will beat Meta. I'm just kidding, Meta. I think my Meta's person name was Timothy.
Timothy?
Timothy is who my bot was on Meta. Timothy.
You should have asked for a manager.
I put
You should have gone
a
full
binding
Karen.
on Timothy. No,
You should have gone full Karen and asked for a manager.
I didn't do that. All right, go for it, Roger. I'm still shuffling.
All right, Timothy. This is kind of funny here. It just jumped out. All right, so once again, I pulled a card of each. And actually, this one is out of the Rider-Waite. This is actually the 9 of Pentacles. And this is out of my Mystic Martian. Okay. This is your, what is that? Thai Satans. This is Resilient, Bold, Sassy. This is Oracle deck. But what jumped out at me really is kind of crazy is look at how they're dressed. They're kind of dressed very similar colors in these 2 cards, which is crazy to me. So I think that has a little bit of meaning to it. Also is the fact that they're both kind of set stern in their ways of kind of like, one's got their arms crossed, one's got their arms, not crossed, but it's still in a very controlled situation of like holding people back almost. It's not like you're to a point of you're tired of people's BS, okay? And so now when somebody comes at you with any type of issue or a story or, hey, let me tell you about this, take your time and actually really evaluate what they're telling you and see if it really makes sense to your heart, to your, conscious, to everything. And don't just jump in and believe everything they're telling you. So kind of just set back a second, let them talk, hear their story out, but then really see to yourself, does that story really make sense to you? Okay, before you just jump in and say, yeah, I'll help you with that, and get yourself in trouble.
Okay. So what I'm getting, Nathan, correct? Nathan,
Yes.
is, okay. So what I'm getting for you is that there's going to be, and I feel like this is in about a month, and it could be off by a month one way or the other. So in other words, I don't think it's, well, let me retry that. I think it could be like it's about to start. So it could be now or a month later, but it feels like it's in about a month, which would put us where? Like at the end of March, maybe?
Into March?
Yeah, so end of March, beginning of June, something like that. I mean, April. God, I'm horrible on time, okay? But it's what it feels like. It's about a month off, give or take a little time. And it's a time of great acknowledgement for you. So great is relative to you. So whatever great means to you, a lot of acknowledgement in some area, Nathan. So where you feel like you've done certain things and you haven't received any kudos for that or credit or accolades or, good job, you're going to be recognized for that. And receive it. Don't be humble about it because you deserve it. So this could be, I'm asking what area it's in, but I'm getting that and so it may be work, it may be family, it may be helps somebody. And I always say our karma doesn't come back to us always from the person that we helped. Maybe we helped somebody at work and they never. I helped them, and then they never help us back. But then someone else randomly comes and does something nice for us. This is a situation where you are getting a thank you and recognition from something you specifically did. And I just would encourage you to receive it, not minimize or self-efface on it, but just actually receive it and take some victory laps over what you've done, whether it's something at work or it's just something nice you've done for someone. Okay? Yeah, that's really good. And it was the Six of Wands for those of you who read, or for those of you who are learning your cards. It's the Six of Wands that I got that from, and that the wands in Christopher Butler's deck are really powerful. So that came across really strong for me, Nathan.
All right. Thank you for showing up tonight, Nathan. We have Shally says, "Hi everyone, hope you're well. Just wondering if my script is worth pursuing."
Okay, I love specific questions. Mm-hmm. All righty. All right, Shally, how do you spell that?
Shalley.
Okay, I love that. Okay. I get a yes. And I never give personal advice in my readings. I totally go from my intuition and then I validate with the cards. I'd already gotten a yes. And this is a card of celebration. It's the Four of Wands. And I'm going to show you the card. You see that? Okay. So it's very much, so I'll add to it as opposed to just the yes. I think you really need to be, again, not shy with it. Okay, so it's how do I say this? don't be coy with it, because I know when we have scripts and things like that, we don't want to get them where everybody else can see them. At the same time, you really need to get it in front of quite a few people. Specifically, I mean, it feels like it may be a female that ultimately is who it needs to get in front of. There's also some other people kind of in the background, but it feels to me like, and I'm feeling this too, that it's a female that it needs to get in front of, but it's going to get in front of some other people first. But yes, the answer is yes, from me.
I agree with that. Actually, I agree with all of that because I got the lover's card first. So I think that is a good sign, of moving forward with it and things like that. But I also got the Men in Black card. So kind of what you're talking about, get it in front of people, but kind of also keep it a little bit of that information secret, hold it back a little bit of that information. Don't put everything out there for everybody to know until you're ready for everybody to know.
Correct. You may even, want to get some non-disclosure signed, things like that. So, but yes. Thank you for letting us read for you.
Yeah.
Like your name.
All right. Next up, we have, again, this is on the SoulWhat Facebook page. Leave a comment under the video. That's where we're watching tonight. Next one is, just lost them. Kelly says, how can I be successful in achieving my goals and dreams?
Okay. Kelly, that is the $1 million question for all of us, right? But it's a good one. Okay. All right. Okay. I am drawing wands tonight. I told you they're powerful in Christopher's deck. So, charge forward. It's your creativity, Kelly. It's believing in. I'm gonna talk chakras here. Believing in your creativity is in your sacral chakra. Okay, there's the root chakra, then there's the sacral, the red, then the orange, right? So it's that fire. I mean, you literally just charge forward with the fire, and the create the fire in your belly, and I'm getting that a little bit that you're going to have to get it back, like the motivation and the drive, and that usually comes from passion about something. And sometimes that's why anger sometimes can be okay for me. Anger is not always a bad thing for me, because sometimes when just hang with me here, because this is going to apply for you. When you're down, sometimes the thing that pulls you out of it is something that just gets you passionate. And sometimes what can get us passionate is just, we gotta get mad about something, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a reason I'm saying that to you. It's okay for you to get mad about something, or to get that fire back. And so that's how you can, meet your dreams and all that. This is a card about that, but it's the Page of Wands. Okay, so the page is the beginning of. It's not the king, the queen, or the knight. It's the page. So, but I want to show you the card, because look at this. I mean, look at the power in that card of just moving forward. Look at the orange. It's sacral chakra. There's a little yellow in there, which is your solar plexus and self-confidence. But it's just find your passion, go for it. And I feel like there has to be, your passion is like something that you don't feel is like right, or I could do this a different way, and it needs to be done a different way. So you get a little fire in your belly because you're a little bit mad about something. Okay?
Makes sense. Well, I actually have the Four of Wands, so I got a wand card too. And I have the Ananuki on my Mystic Martians.
I swear that Martian deck, excuse me, but Matt, do you feel this way? You guys, does it seem like it has like 200 cards in there?
I know.
I feel like
he's got new ones all the time.
I feel like it's like he's always reading new cards.
I pulled
We've not
something
even
new
made
the
it
other day.
through the deck yet. Do y'all feel like that?
Yeah, I pulled something new the other day. I was reading with this, like, oh, I didn't know this card was even in here.
It's like it's a never-ending deck. It's the
Yep.
strangest thing. It's really cool, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but what I do get is that you're going to actually have somebody else with you to help with things, help guide and everything. However, because of this card, you'll see they're kind of back to back, but even the keywords on the bottom of this card, it says controlling, drama, conflict of interest. So you'll have somebody with you to kind of help, but you are the one that's going to be the one in control of it. So you are kind of drama free. You don't want to have to deal with extra baggage from other people coming through, helping you kind of as a partner, kind of help pushing you, things like that, helping guide, push, encourage, all those other good things. So I think what you have is that, but also kind of keep your own boundaries in place so you don't have to worry about the drama side of it.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Kelly. Next we have Lulu asking for a general reading.
All right. Hi, Lulu. So, I am shuffling a lot. Sorry, I just need to do that. We've got a lot of decks out here, don't we? That Horror Tarot is still in here. Yeah. All right. It's funny because there's just decks all over the place up here, and then I go home and I need them. I'm like, can I buy a deck? All right, somewhere. Give me a tarot deck. All right. You ready? You want to go?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so first card I got is actually the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and out of the Mystic Martian, I have the Mantis Beings, which is Enigma, Elusive, and Sensitive. But what I get out of these two cards together is actually your creative side of things is becoming more front and center. Okay, it's actually things that you've held back for a while. It's actually time to get back focused into it and get that kind of almost where your creative side is what you really, your passion is, and where you're going to be extending your time into, where it feels like it's becoming more of where it's becoming more of a passion, but also where you can almost kind of do it full time.
Okay. So, Lulu, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So, hi, Lulu. I drew two cards. I'm reading still from the Healing Light Tarot from Christopher Butler, but I'm also my good friend, Chris Ann Donnelly, the Light Seers Tarot deck, which is well loved also by me and many. I drew a card from each, and the combined reading for you is this. There's something going on with you where it's almost like you are ready to just, I'm going to put it this way, just kind of burn that mother to the ground. I mean, it's almost, it feels a little self-destructive to me. Now, I don't mean that rude. It's just, and if you don't feel that way, it's not something bad that's going to happen to you. It's how you feel about something. You're over it. There's something you're just over it, and you're ready to just, it's like, I'm just going to move on from that. And I don't know when you were talking about drama. Was that this reading?
No.
Okay. But it feels like that. It's almost like I am ready for some positivity. I am not going to deal with all of that anymore, and I'm going to move on from that. I am going to transition into some more positivity. And I'm not saying that's you. And I would tell you if it was, because it's been me in my life where, okay, I'm just being, a downer about stuff. I'm saying the environment around you. And I'm going to say that the cards and what I'm feeling intuitively it's time for that. And you are ready for that. And you can handle it. And you can say, I'm just not doing this anymore. This drama is too much. So that's it. You're ready and you can handle it. Just remove yourself from those situations for sure. And if they're coming to you, I feel like there's a reason that you're wondering if you can remove yourself from the situation. You can. You just don't engage. Just turn and walk away. Even if you have to see the people every day, you just don't engage in those situations, in those conversations. All right.
Okay. And we have time for a few more. So, folks, if you want a question answered, comment on the SoulWhat Facebook page. We have Lacey asking for a general reading coming up. But again, we've got time for a couple more. So if you want to get your question answered, get it in there. SoulWhat Facebook page, leave a comment, and we will get to you. So, Lacey, general reading.
Okay. Hi, Lacey. I will take it first, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull from both decks, and Lacey, this is interesting for you. You've had a time of like some hard work. I feel like it's work. It's the Ten of Wands. The Wands have been predominant for me tonight, but the Cups also come up. So this is 2 tens. Tens are completion. Tens are we're ready to start a new cycle. Tens are you made it. So the Ten of Wands is interesting because a lot of people, is the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith will be like someone carrying 10 wands on their back and they're going, they're leaning over, and people will read that oftentimes like, oh, you're working too hard. No, well, it's the 10 of Wands. You're almost done. You're there. So I love how Chris Ann Donnelly depicts this card. There's help to finish your project, and you're almost there is the point. And then I drew the 10 of Cups, which is everything. This is kind of what people call the happy, whatever family is to you, whatever happiness is, the fulfillment, the emotional happiness. So you've got your creativity and your joy and your things, the things of passion and pleasure and in life and vitality. You've got it. You're almost there, and you've got the 10 of Cups where, so emotionally for you, it's there. So if you're not feeling that way, Lacey, I feel like you are, but if forever you're like, that didn't really fit because I'm not feeling like things are going that well, that's because of the 10 of Wands. So turn it and look at it in a different way. Don't look at it as the burden. Look at it as I'm almost there. And then you will feel that 10 of Cups that is traditionally a rainbow at the top, which represents hope and joy, and then the celebration of emotionally of things that are in your life. And you'll feel that more, all right? Then the 10 is a transition stage where you really are completing things. It's really positive. All right, Roger, you're up.
I'm up now? Okay.
He's still asleep, I think.
No,
I really do.
I was reading. So this deck is actually published by Red Feather.
It's Monica.
Monica, yeah. Yep. This is and this was given to us by Rose and Juno. To review the deck, actually.
Okay.
Okay. And so she said, hey, review the deck. Here, try this out. And so this is actually a Lenormand deck. Now wait till you see the cards I pulled.
Okay.
Okay, Lacey. First of all, Lenormand decks, usually the card you pull is the meaning of the card, right?
Right. Is this our review?
No, well,
okay,
sort of.
because
Not really.
I want to review
really.
it. We've had this. I love
really,
Monica's
but
cards.
This is
yeah.
just talking about it. So these are Lenormand decks. So like if you get like the house card, it means a house or home, right? So I got the Stork card, but then I pulled the Mystic Martian card, which actually is the
oh wow.
Ouroboros, but look in the middle. So I had the Stork card, right?
Wow.
And then in the middle of the Ouroboros card looks like a, baby.
Yeah.
And I got the King of Wands. So if there's not a baby on the way, it could be actually a very good sign of things that's becoming, that you wanted to start something like a birth of a new project. Now, maybe not just birthing a person, but birthing a project. And so I think there's something very new coming up that's kind of like a little scary, that you want, but you're not sure how to deal with it. And it feels like it's probably as a project that you're working on. unless you're pregnant. But I think it really is something.
Are you turning red?
Yeah. In case because you don't want to sell. Well, y'all might be pregnant because you don't want to get this King of Wands guy over here messing with you.
The King of Wands is also fruition of a project.
So I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's really kind of a project thing that you're working with that's coming about, and it's actually kind of one of those. Kind of like I said, it's kind of like a birthing of a project. I mean, it's like bringing things to, from conception to completion almost that you're going to have to work with. And it's something that you really need to be focused on with that. I just saw these cards because I got a couple of the cards in the books that she gave me.
First of all, that's a great reading. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Follow up with this, Lacey, on that. But show the back of those cards. Those are so pretty on the back.
Yeah, so Monica, she's pretty cool. I like Monica a lot.
Yeah.
In the back of the cards, they have
I think
bats.
that's not even showing how
not.
vibrant the card is. It's almost a neon.
Yeah, because these are the Shadowland. So does she pin draw? She pin draws all of them, right?
I'm not sure.
I think
That's why we're going to do
draws.
another review. But I love these cards.
She told me before. I just forgot.
I love these cards. It's like a highlighter yellow, actually.
Yeah.
I love them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like these. These are cool cards.
I love that picture of you and Monica and Carrie Paris, where Monica, do we still say photobomb, or is that out? You don't say that anymore. But
I think that's okay. Yeah.
she photobombed y'all. Remember you and Carrie were taking a picture?
Don't be saying bomb.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm joking.
I say everything wrong now. I'm
joking.
I'm
joking.
going to
I'm
stop
joking.
talking.
I'm joking.
But can I finish my sentence?
Yes.
Okay, so she literally, it was you and Carrie and Monica came and jumped in the picture. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
In New York.
I love the packaging of that deck.
Yeah.
It's really,
And just like any of, Red Feathers, because it's, a good solid box with the little magnets in it. So you close it has a little.
Yeah. I love it. All right.
Closing. Yeah.
All right. We have Lori asking for a general reading. We've got time for a couple more.
Okay.
So if you want to get your question in, please try, although we are running short on time, so we may not get to everybody, but on the SoulWhat Facebook page, leave your comment. And
Lori's coming to my class on Saturday. I saw which Lori that was.
I don't see you guys, just so you know. Y'all, there we go.
I don't see all
I'm gonna
of them,
fix it.
I saw that one pop up just a second ago.
It's so funny. My whole life is like, I'm born and raised in Texas. So I got made fun of for saying y'all. Learned to do the East Coast thing, which was you guys, right? The East Coast.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's
like
East Coast.
a northeast.
I was going to
Northeast.
say, you really? The only thing when I hear you guys is from the Goonies.
The Goonies.
You guys!
Now
Never watched it.
You've never seen the Goonies?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What was the other thing you had never? Oh, Matilda. She's never seen Matilda.
My kids watched it. I think it scared Tyler to death. It's like, no, I've
How
never
have you
seen
never
it.
seen Matilda?
When I went to college with a
Seven.
bunch of people from the Northeast, New York, Boston, New Hampshire, I heard a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
Use guys.
You got
things like
well,
that.
now
Who's
I think
guys?
you're not
Who's
supposed to.
guys?
So I'm back to y'all because y'all just
Y'all is easy.
y'all's easy. But I trained myself not to say y'all. Now it's like, okay, I'll get with it. Well, I'll go. Who are we reading for?
Lori.
Lori. I don't know which Lori you're reading for, but this is your reading, Lori, and thank you for letting me do it. I drew the King of Wands again for me tonight, and the Queen of Wands. So, and I'm going to show you this. So it's the King and Chrysan's deck. And it's interesting because it reminds me of the Strength card because there's a lion in the background on this card. So it reminds me of strength. And it's just a lot of power and confidence in this person. And I feel that's you. And I don't feel it's someone else in your life. It's you. And you're bringing forth just a natural confidence in yourself. And I feel like the lion is a protector for you, a guide. I often call them protectors now. Feels like a protector. And then we have the Queen of Wands from Christopher's deck. Now, I love this card. And to me, this is the two sides of Kali. Okay? So it can be like fierce, and you don't even want to mess with Kali. And then there's the gentler side that a lot of people don't talk about, but there's both. And so what I'm getting is you can step into both of those roles. That you have the protector, but you also very easily have for you, it's not that Kali's a protector. She is, but you're also channeling that. How do I put this? You're channeling Kali a lot of times, and people need to realize that either side of Kali could come out, and that's okay. And they need to know that that could happen. So not to mess with you too much, because it could be that fire side of Kali or that water, that gentler, softer, more emotional side of Kali. And so we've got a lot for you to work with there. So to sum that up, that's a lot of, if you don't know, it's Kali, and a lot of the lion, a lot of guides and protectors going on with you. Okay?
All right, ready?
I am.
I'm going to make it fast. Watch this.
Okay, I know it's long.
Watch this. No, I'm joking. All right, so first of all, I pulled another Monica card. It's the moon card, and you know how we actually talk about the moon card a lot of time is kind of like depression things, feeling bad. But also notice how the moon has a mask on, because you're kind of hiding your feelings a lot, and you're hiding how you're feeling. And where are those feelings coming from? It's things from your past, okay? The old nostalgia stuff that you're actually keep thinking about instead of, living into the today and looking for the future. You're living in the past, which is causing a lot of depression. How are you going to fix that? Get into groups of people, stop spending time by yourself, and actually get with people and interact a lot more. So get out of the house.
I haven't seen that card either.
I've seen this one before.
Yeah, okay. That's a never-ending deck.
All right, I think we got time for about one more, and we have Kristen asking for a general reading.
Okay. You can go, Roger.
And again, folks, we do these generally about the end of every month, so if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned every week. I mean, there are readings occasionally throughout the month, but at the end of the month, we do a show like this.
Yeah.
Kristen.
Krista, huh?
Kristen.
Kristen? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, here's a card I haven't seen before out of the deck. All right, let's see here. All right, so out of Monica's deck, I got the anchor card, okay? Things that are holding you back, okay? Which actually, you also see I have the King of Swords. Here's a card I haven't seen before. Okay, kind of the love things. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit stuck sometimes, maybe it is because of a relationship. It says romance, soulmates, empathy, which is kind of like a hard thing to say sometimes to people, but also kind of the truth of things. Maybe things aren't feeling like you're moving forward. Maybe it's because it's like a partner might not be moving with you. Okay, so it's a good time to take a moment to actually sit down and have that conversation. Hey, I want to be here, and how are we getting there together? Okay, so it's a good time to actually probably have a conversation with a partner on how we're moving to the next level of things.
Can I see that card, please?
Yes,
that last one? Because it's interesting with the reading I was going to give for Kristen. So, Kristen, hi. It's nice to read for you. Thank you for the opportunity. This is one that we could talk about more, but we're on the air. So I will say this. I get kind of what Roger was talking about, but in a stronger way, the partner part. Now, it's not coming through to me, probably because of the time and knowing we're on live, okay? But I'm not sure about your situation, like if you're in a relationship or you're not. But this is going to apply in some way in your life right now. you feel like you're wanting to walk away from something and walk towards something else. And I would invite you to be careful in doing that, whatever that is. I would invite you to do what Roger just gave a reading regarding to talk to the partner or whatever situation this is. It could be a friend, it could be a partner in life, it could be, but I'm getting before you walk of through, just like I'm done with the situation, that you do talk to the person and have a conversation. Isn't that what you said? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so it was very much on his, but a little more of it's a very strong message that came through me. And so that's what I would do. So that's my reading. Here's your card.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right. And that's all we've got for tonight.
All right. Well, let's give away our prize. Or what do we call it? Prize? It's our giveaway. All right. So I couldn't see out in the store. The lights are out. So we're filming up at this podcast room is up at our Carrollton location in our Soultopia Carrollton location in Carrollton. I was like, is that what you're laughing about? It's like, yeah, in Carrollton.
Yeah, in Carrollton.
But I was out in the store and Roger said, okay, we'll just go grab a bracelet. We're going to give away 2, so we're going to have to go fast, right? So we're going to give away a book and we're going to give away a bracelet.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. And they're coming up with the questions because I never can. So they're meaning Matt and Roger. So each one will come up with a question. Y'all will be fast.
I got
True or
one
false
question.
works.
I'll come up with one.
True or false works because it's 50-50 chance, right?
I got it.
Can I? Okay. So I couldn't see. So I drew one of them. So it's my book. You can choose Spirits Unveiled or The Magic of Connection. And then I got the SoulWhat Dragon. It's for creativity, logic, perception, drawing money into your life. It puts your ideas into practice. It's a gold sheen obsidian. Oh, I see that on there, and it's really pretty. And then mahogany obsidian and hematite. So this is, do you have one of these, Matt? Because it looks like one you'd like.
I don't, but it does
Show
look
that.
like one I like.
So
I would like.
SoulWhat Dragon. You want to hold that up? It's pretty.
So our question, though, it says it'll take a minute for y'all to actually
Do y'all see that
answer
obsidian on there?
because
It's
of
really
the
nice.
delay.
That's cool.
But our first question is, we were talking about Bigfoot earlier in the show, and we were said that
Wait, what are they winning? Which one?
bracelet.
The bracelet. Okay, here.
So we were talking about Bigfoot earlier in the show, and we named 2 cities in East Texas where there's quite a few sightings. If you could name one of the cities, you win a bracelet.
Okay.
Oh, we named a lot of cities.
No, we only named 2 that are in East Texas.
Oh, that's kind of a hard question.
Not if you're watching the show.
Yep. You're paying attention.
If you're paying attention and watching,
And I'm from one of those cities, right?
yes, and you're from one.
Okay, it's my hometown.
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah. And then giving away one of your books as we wait for answers to come in. The other giveaway.
There you go.
is
See,
one of your
Angela
books.
won. I told
Look
you.
at that.
All
Yeah,
right.
see there?
Look at that.
Angela won a
job.
bracelet.
All right. So then I'm tasked with coming up with a question for your book giveaway,
Yes.
which could be either Spirits Unveiled or The Magic of Connection, whichever one you want. And I will say, what did we all agree was on the Stanley mug? What kind of creature did we all agree was on the Stanley mug?
There you go.
So,
You turn it around.
and I don't care if you look it up and it's something else. I want you to know. I want to know what we all said it was because I don't know that. I think that's what it is, but we don't know for sure.
We're guessing.
We're guessing. We're
ourselves.
guessing.
I didn't even guess. That's how bad I am. I don't know. What is that? It's got wings on it. There you go. That's a hint.
That is
Got
a hint.
wings.
I don't know that they need hints.
No, our
you
our
go.
listeners are smart. They get it fast.
Angela.
Did
Well,
she
I
get
don't know
it
that she
again?
can-
Well, we
Let's
didn't.
give it to the next person. That gets
Angela,
it.
you're gonna let somebody else win, right? Okay.
Or maybe somebody else can switch because we had a lot of people that answered the first question too.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie. She was too busy listening to the debate in the beginning. Wait, Michelle's debating?
Never.
And Angela's like, not greedy, just excited.
So I feel like we could then award to Leslie as well, because she answered right afterwards with the correct answer to the first question. So
All right.
Leslie and Angela are your winners
There you go.
tonight, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
So real quickly, y'all, I'm going to tell you that I went down to judge mock trial at my daughter's law school. And the case, this is just off the subject, but it's really interesting. I'll probably talk about it more, but the case that we were judging, Tanner, my daughter, presided as a judge, and it was quite moving because I used to coach her, and she was doing it since, I don't know, 6th grade, right? I mean, she is incredibly good. And but one of the witnesses, Matt, was a fortune teller. So it's quite interesting. So
explain to me how this works. This is a completely fabricated case, or this is like an historical case that they're having to retry, or what?
So sometimes it comes from other cases, but typically they're written where you can't look them up to find a case. But so this one was on. I'm going to be honest with you. The teams were okay. They were young teams, so I didn't really get what the whole case was about. I mean, it was something about an airplane crashing, I think it was a wrongful death case. So, but yeah, basically mock trial is different from high school from middle school, high school. And when you first think about it, you think, okay, well, it's just scripted and you're just doing a play. No, it's not. They have 8 witnesses they can choose from. So you may walk into, if you're a lawyer, you may have to have 8 cross-examinations that you're ready to do, so you put the whole case together. You have pretrial motions. It's for college. And so it's hard. And they're different types. This is by the American Bar Association or something like that. But the interesting thing is one of the witnesses that was called was a fortune teller. And so Tanner said it's the day before she had judged, and because she's good, first of all, she went to UT. That's one of the best teams. We couldn't judge UT because she's conflicted out. We couldn't judge Baylor because that's where she goes to school. That's a good team. We couldn't judge. So I was like, I don't want to be mean in case, but we got to. So I was like, oh, good. It's going to be exciting. They're going to say something like they did with Tanner the day before. You know what they said, you guys? They said, first question to the fortune teller on the stand, to the psychic. Hello. They said on cross-examination, they said, so you scam people for a living. So Tanner told them afterwards, if you see a blonde lady tomorrow walk in with me to judge, I would not ever ask that question. So I think maybe it got around that I was coming to judge because they didn't ask anything. They just asked about the plane. I was all ready for all this drama. But I did see one costume, because you're allowed to decide if you want to be in costume. If you're, let's say you're a doctor or you're whatever. And I would say that's always a bad idea. But anyway, I saw one person in a costume and I was like, oh, they better not be in my courtroom because I am just going to let them have it. But it was really, really interesting and fun and a good time with my daughter. Roger went to the cemetery in Waco, right? And took pictures. Those were really cool.
It was really foggy down there that night or that morning, so got some really cool pictures of the cemetery and the fog and stuff.
Yeah. And then Tanner got a headache and strep throat. She found out later that day, and she's like, Mom, go home. We're not judging the next round. And I was like, good, because we're not judging any of the really good teams anyway, so I'm ready to go home. So anyway, it was really interesting, and I'd love for sometime we're going to have a discussion about the professionalism and how I just found it very interesting that that they are starting. It's the second case she's had. She competed in one, and then she actually played me as a juror in practice court. And I was like, you should have asked me. That wasn't very nice without asking me. But they're starting to be in a lot of cases of fortune tellers, psychics, and it's interesting because they're just becoming mainstream. And her professors are actually teaching them how to handle people who believe in what we do, and to not treat them that way when they cross-examine them. So I think it's really interesting, and I shouldn't have brought it up right at the end of the show, but it's something I'd like to talk about on a future show. It's very interesting. As far as things coming up really quickly, Roger.
Okay, so on Saturday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I have my spell work class. We're doing element jars. So we'll be making little jars for each one of the elements. And that's 2 to 4 at the Carrollton location. That is limited to, the people with tickets only. So if you show up, and it happens every month, somebody or 2 or 3 show up and don't have tickets, I might not have room for you. So you need to go.
Or supplies, because
I have to get supplies for it too. So you need to go get your tickets now, because that will sell out before class.
Yes.
So it is Saturday from 2 to 4. You go to soultopia.simpletix.com, and it's soultopia.simpletix.com.
I got that all.
Yeah, so soultopia.simpletix.com. And then on Sunday is the psychic fair. Now, we actually, all 3 locations have readers, healers, plus we have people doing Zoom readings, so you can easily book any. If you don't even want to get out of the house and get a reading at the psychic fair, guess what? Book it online and do it by Zoom. We're all used to doing Zoom anyway.
Readers.
It'll be a great way to get a reading. And you can actually book that at soultopiapsychicfair.com. You can see the people who are reading. You can read their little bios, see their faces smiling and shining at you in the pictures. And then, just book your sessions. Show up, a little bit early, because you don't need to show up right on time, because we do get busy in the store. And if you show up right on time, we still have to check you in. So show up a little bit early. Monday night starts Monty Farber's class.
We just had a friend of mine sign up. She just signed up, so the class is...
It's filling up pretty full.
There's
plenty of spots.
There's spots.
Plenty of spots still.
It's... go ahead, I'm interrupting you.
No,
but
it's
I'm
okay.
really excited that my friend signed up. She texted me right before the show, and she's like, "Is there room? Is it too late?" And I said, "No, sign up."
Yeah, there's still room, because that's Monday nights in the month of March. So it's 4 nights. It's going to be from 7 o'clock to 8:30ish. I say 8:30ish. But you also get that at the soultopia.simpletix.com. It's $200 for all 4 classes. Okay, so $200, all 4 classes. If something comes up and you can't make a class, we record those and get emailed out after the class, the links to watch those videos, okay? Yeah. So you can, even if something, you're like, well, I don't know if by the end of the month I'll, be able to make it. But that's okay. We still record it and we email it out so you can watch it.
Yeah, I'll be in there, and can I say? Yeah, Carrie Paris is taking that class.
Carrie's taking it,
join us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we all kind of bond
You actually get your natal chart, which is really cool. So I'm going to send that out tomorrow with Monty's email, because you'll need to email Monty your information to get your natal chart for the class. Because he'll need a couple of days.
For $200. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Get a reading from Monty, and it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's a cool class, because you'll come out of that class and you'll know how to do astrology. I mean, of course, you'll have to be practicing to get really, really good. But you know what? It's the great groundwork of how to start and get good with it.
He's just a great teacher.
Yeah.
And I have on Amy Zerner's necklace tonight.
Yep.
I wear her. Rihanna sang right at the.
Yep.
She made has made rings for Rihanna. I have one of them.
Ring, yeah.
So they are amazing people.
And
really.
next Tuesday, or do we know? We don't know what we're talking about yet, do we?
No, but I would just mention Tide really quickly. And
well,
then,
I'm not
since
that
we're over
yet,
time.
but,
okay.
Yeah, but next Tuesday we'll be up here talking to all you lovely people. But Neil will be here in the back of the room, back of the building, doing a shamanic journey for the full moon meditation.
That'll be great.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. And it's
actually quite the trip.
Yeah,
it's
so
a
that
really
will be
good meditation.
Yeah, that's from like 7:30 to 9. I think is what it is. 7:30 to 9 on next Tuesday, because that's the full moon. And so you can come by, you can wave at us through the door, and just go back to the back there. Okay, so that'll be happening next week.
Okay.
And then we have Tide, guys. So Tide, the International Divination event, we have that going on. You still get your tickets. We still have slots available for that. We have some amazing people speaking. If you have not heard yet, go to the Facebook page, go to the website, go to Instagram. We've actually been talking about that. We've also put a ton of content up about it, especially on Facebook and Instagram. So guys, go check out that. And the website is theinternationaldivinationevent.com. Okay, I think I covered everything. I'm sure I missed something somewhere.
No, you did a great job.
But at least it's covered.
You did a great job.
All right, and we're over on time. Matt said he has to go home.
Yeah, well, Matt's on the clock. Thank you, Matt, for staying with us. We appreciate it.
I'm good. No, I'm
it's
happy
usually
to be here.
me going on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, guys. So y'all have a great rest of the week. Be safe out there. Enjoy
Thanks,
because we're going to have
everyone.
some nice weather this week in Dallas. So y'all get out and enjoy.
Get out and look
outside.
for Bigfoot.
We're going to go Bigfoot.
Report
hunting,
back
too.
to us.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll see you
go,
next week.
South Dallas, I guess.
Yeah,
Bigfoot
we'll
hunt.
go down
Yeah.
South Dallas.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, guys.
See you next week.
See y'all next week. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/Soultopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.